Hey guys, my name is Savannah and today we're taking a look at the brand new update 1.1 that just launched today for Prehistoric Kingdom. And I want to start off by showing off this gorgeous map. This is the Jordan Desert map and I love it so much. The color of the sand, the backdrop is just beautiful. You can see if you move the time around, the shadows actually move as well, which is pretty cool. So I think it's absolutely perfectly done and it looks gorgeous. I cannot wait to build. I already have a reference picture ready to go. And as soon as I'm done recording this video, I'm going to jump in and do some building because I'm so excited. But in addition to this beautiful map, you can see we have a ton of things placed down on the floor here. I did my very best to go through and get everything. Unfortunately, I'm not able to filter by like update. So I just went through and pulled anything desert and anything that I didn't recognize as a piece that was already in the game. So if I miss anything, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure I got almost everything. And then of course we have 3 dinos to take a look at back over here. But we are going to start off with barriers. So these right here in front of me, just these ones, are all barriers that can be placed down by going to the enclosure tab and clicking and dragging just like you would place a barrier for a habitat. So you can see if you click and drag them, they change depending on how long you make them. And I think they're all very well done, specifically these ones over here. Now, I think these ones right in front may not be new because I feel like I remember showing these off before, but I put them down just because it's always great to check out what we have in game. But I know for sure these ones are new. Look at how good this wooden beam fence looks with the little rope details. And then as it gets bigger, it goes to this one. And as it gets even taller, it goes to that one. Perfect for like a rustic desert build, I think. And they look absolutely gorgeous. I love the mixture of the wood as well as the rope, as well as the kind of, what is this called? Barbed wire at the top. So a really cool contrast of materials on that one. And then we have some, obviously this one here, this one here, this one here that do hold in dinosaurs at this point, just because there's not really requirements for what barriers can and cannot hold animals, but they're really good for decorative fences, lining your pathways and things for guests and the guest viewing areas, lining those as well. This one too. And the fact that they're in a barrier format makes it really easy to very quickly follow pathing, as opposed to, we do have some fence pieces here. So these are going to be clickable, movable, and you can duplicate them to make your fences just like this, which is not a bad way to make a fence. It's just a little bit more time consuming, but you can get a little more detailed with it if you want, versus these ones are much quicker to kind of lay down. So I love that we have both varieties of fences. You can see we got this kind of decorative one. We got this brick one. I believe these ones are new as well. If they're not, check out these fences we have. They're gorgeous. So love those as well. Moving over to the build pieces. Now, these are just an example of the patterns. Of course, if you go to the modular pieces and you click on any of these shapes, let me actually get one that's in the color I'm trying to show off. If you get one of these shapes, you can see that any of the shapes can have this texture on it. So I only put down the wall pieces and the roof pieces just to kind of show that off. But just keep in mind the arches, the beams, the half walls, all the pieces can have these textures on them. So we have kind of like a mud plaster wall, which I love transitions into a roof piece. It's actually really nice having a roof piece that exactly matches the wall for any sort of building that you want to do. So that is pretty cool. Of course, you can also change these to any other roof textures you'd like, but we have kind of this mud plaster wall. We have this tiled wall here. We have some stone. We have some kind of sandstone brick. And then we have some like worn rustic looking wall with a kind of slatted roof. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that they added so much variety with all of these kind of textures and wall pieces. And then, of course, we have a new slated roof as well, which this one is just kind of a generic slated roof, but still has a lot of detail in the sense that all these little shingles are not perfectly square. They're kind of mismatched and off center a little bit. So I think it adds a lot of character to that. So you can obviously have this in all of the different roof pieces as well. So yeah, that is for the walls. Let's scoot on over here and take a look at the bulk of the pieces. Again, hopefully I got them all. We'll start off with our walls and our doors that are just kind of haphazardly put down on the floor. I did this very quickly. But we have this new door, this one, and this one as well. I think these ones are actually counted, I forget, as windows or as doors. Let me see. This one, I don't see where it says the piece. Okay, well, window or a door, you can use it as either. It's gorgeous nonetheless. Obviously, you can duplicate it over and make some really intricate kind of walls or windows in your walls as well. So very cool. We have these two windows and these two as well, which are kind of like wooden textured, more rustic looking. And then we have some different kind of deserty themed with the tiling in the windows as well as the stone work around the edge. So those all look great. I think this one's new. I think, but don't quote me on it. But it's gorgeous nonetheless. Again, remembering that all of these are recolorable, so you can go in here and totally change the color of this entire thing, and you can make it absolutely hideous as I've done now, but the choice is your own. You can do whatever you would like with all of these colors, so that is always good to see. We love flexi colored. We got some signs here on just floating in the middle of the world, but gorgeous little signs. We got some canopies with kind of like rustic torn up edges. Again, remembering that these are scalable, so you can make them as big or as small as you want if you're wanting to cover a huge area. And these actually scale really, really well. You can see I can make them really big and they keep their pattern and texture really well. It looks gorgeous. So you can make guest facing areas a little shade structure. They'd be great for dinosaur shade structures, whatever you want to use them for. Again, recolorable as well. We got some beautiful little banners here with some different animals on them. These are just some like little detail pieces. Going over to these ones, we've got some arches in the back and then some stone detail pieces that you can make like pillars out of and just detail your buildings with. We have this pillar and the shorter version, this one, tell me it doesn't look like R2-D2. You look at this and you convince me that this is not R2-D2 in like a pillar format. That's the first thing I thought about with the coloration of this and putting it down on the map. Pretty nonetheless. Love that we have all sorts of different styles. Again, remembering that they are scalable. So if you wanted to make them much skinnier, let me go in the right direction, much skinnier but much taller, you can make them a nice skinny little pillar as well. And they hold their detail very, very well. So that is pretty cool. Going back over here, again, I think this is not a new piece, but I saw these, like the broken ones, and I feel like they were new. They might have come with the last update though, the Halloween one, because we got a lot of ruined stuff with that. But there you go. If you hadn't seen them before, we have some nice broken fences if you guys want to do like a dino breakout build. We have some big roof detailing pieces right here. Again, still scalable. And then some little decal pieces here that you can do some trimming around your buildings with. I really like this one. It's nice and simple, but I like it a lot. So this is probably one that I will use quite often. Oh, before I skip them, we got some new backdrops, which is really cool. So these I actually really like making signs out of. And you can see if you wanted to kind of scoot all these together, they definitely do carry over. So you can make it one big mural. You can size it up and make it a mural on the side of a building. You can scale it down and use it in signs, which is how I have typically used the woodlands one or the forest one that we already have. So really cool to see another biome come in that. And then we have these pieces, and you guys know how much I love a wooden beam. Great, love it. Give me all the different varieties, textures, and colors that you can. So this is awesome. We have kind of a, like the paint is peeling off of this one, so it looks really kind of old, worn, and rugged. 3 different sizes, but it's also, again, scalable, so perfect for that. Moving over to this, these are some more kind of wall decal pieces. You see they're really thin. But these are really cool because these are all changeable by these little patterns down here. So you can see this one's obviously the blue one. We can change it to the red tile as well. But then look at this one. I'm going to change it back because I already put it down. It's right over here on the left-hand side. How cool is that? To get like a plant wall and just check out the amazing detail on these plants. It's absolutely gorgeous. We've got some with like red leaves kind of mixed in for some contrast. These really bright ones with yellow along the sides. It's like, I love it. It's 3D. It's so good. It's so good. I love it so much. Obviously, any of these pieces can be changed. Like if we grab this pillar here and we change it into the plants, you can see the plants surround the entire thing. So really easy to make customizable stuff super simply. Like you can build the whole thing using just this and then select them all and change them all to the plants, and it works perfectly. Couple more little decals that I don't think I quite pointed out, but again, just detailing on your building so those pieces look great. Let's move over before we get to the prefab stuff and then of course our dinos. We get some Christmas stuff. Check out our little gingerbread dinos and the tree. This is great. We got some presents and a candy cane, some ornaments, a bow, this gorgeous sleigh. I have to say, with all the pieces that Prehistoric Kingdom puts out, the detail is impeccable. It's great. They put so much time and effort for such a small dev team. They are out there killing it, doing an awesome job. So I love this as well. We've got some snowflakes, a star, and then some really simple usable garland pieces. So you can attach the ornaments to these. You can probably find like the little round, just plain shape pieces, make them look like lights. You can probably integrate some lights into this if you want to. Totally customizable. And then we get a wreath as well with some pine cones and a bow. So very cool if you want to build a little Christmas habitat or zoo. And then I think these are new as well. These are snow pieces. So you can see here just a pile of snow. So if you want to make your habitat, your zoo, whatever it is you're building, covered in wintertime snow, even if you're in the middle of a desert, you have that ability. So really cool. You can make a snowman with the little circle. So very cool. Now, before we get to our dinos, I have 2 more things. How could I almost forget the foliage? My goodness. We have all this gorgeous desert foliage. I believe I got it all, but check this out. We've got some more low-lying foliage. Of course, they've given us like 3 different variants of almost every single plant. So that's always great. I love this one here with just the texture on the trunk. Check this out, like how detailed this is. It's so good, so good. And we actually got 4 different variants of this one as well. Some gorgeous palm trees, but this one is probably my favorite. So this is 3 different pieces, and this one is just the big one that I've sunk down into the ground to make these little like tufts of succulent looking plants. So super usable. I love that as well because I love being able to sink them down and make different varieties. This is so cute. I just noticed that it's like just a little bulb of a trunk. It's such a cute little palm tree. And then of course we have some big cactus and little cactus there, little cactus here, and some tall skinny cactus over there. So all the foliage that you need to make an absolutely gorgeous desert park. Last but not least, before we get to our dinos, we have some wonderful prefabs and some guest items. So we have 3 different trash cans. Again, I believe I got them all. 3 different trash cans, a bench here, bench there, or I'm sorry, like a table, picnic bench. Then some guest benches here. I think this one's new, but I could be wrong. And then some prefabs. So we have all these different prefabs that the devs have made. So if you want to just really easily decorate one of the facilities, you can go ahead and plop one of your facilities in there. Or if you wanted to take, like, for example, you love this ladder, you can click into here and you can select the ladder just like this, and then you can take it and move it wherever you want. So you can take these prefabs apart if they have built something that you really like and you want to mimic in your own parks. But we can see a really good usage of a lot of the new pieces here. So yeah, I do think this bench is new because it's used in this prefab. That would make sense. But we've got usage of the wall pieces, the decals, obviously like the mud plaster walls are used all over these prefabs. So absolutely gorgeous. The devs have awesome building skills. Check this out, just a little bench seating area if you needed like a rest stop area for your guests. And then we have some beautiful rock formations, which are super easy to kind of plop down in your zoo. This one's got a cool little hole that you can kind of look through. Gorgeous. It's got some of the new foliage in it as well. But these are just the normal rocks, but they've colored them kind of to fit really well with this desert theme. So if you needed to really quickly grab a color that looks good, you can double click on these rocks, copy that color code, and then color your own rock formations with that if you wanted to. So there you go. New foliage, new prefabs, new pieces, and new dinos. So starting out here with our Sceliosaurus, I did put 3 in here. Uh-oh. Did one escape? I didn't think they could get out of the fences yet. So I only see 2. We'll go into the little hatchery and take a look at all the colorations. But here is Sceliosaurus with our feathered variant here. How good does that look? These guys are so highly detailed. Always impressed with the devs' jobs on these guys. And if you guys can hear them over my chattering, they sound gorgeous as well. These guys have some really cool animations. I may try to get all of them on recording and kind of put them together in a compilation because they have adorable little animations, and some of the other dinosaurs have animations as well. He's gonna run away. He doesn't want to be on camera. But yeah, that is Sceliosaurus. And then moving on, we have the Dilophosaurus, of course. How good does this one look? Everybody wants to run away from me today. Can you guys just like pause and hang out? I want to look at you. We have this one here, which actually might be my favorite. I thought it would be like the purple crested, slightly feathered one that we've been seeing in all the promos, but I love the spotted details on this one, and this one's crest is gorgeous. Check this out. It's amazing. So this one right here is probably my favorite. Fits the desert theme very, very well as he's taking a little nap. And then where did our, did I not put it down? I thought I did. Oh, there it is. Like, I swear I put down all the different colorations. So here's our feathered variant walking around. Sounds awesome as well. Again, I know I sound really complimentary in this video, but I'm blown away. This update is so well put. Oh, here's our here's our other Sceliosaurus. He did escape, but he's coming back. So there's the third one. There you go. Beautiful. Perfect. But it's so good. It's so well put together, and I'm so happy with it. Now, Sceliosaurus, I think is how you say this one. Not a dinosaur that I'm familiar with at all, but it's so cute. It has such a pointy looking little face, and all the little spikes or spines or bumps on its back is really cool looking. Again, same level of quality of detail that we have come to know and love from Prehistoric Kingdom, and I really do have to give all the compliments in the world to the designers, the animators, everybody on that team. Check this one out. He looks so cool. Look at the way they sit. Their little legs disappear. He kind of just like squishes his legs and under him and just kind of sits down like a little potato. Absolutely adorable. And then we have a red one over here who's gonna walk for us. Really, really cool. I forget which ones are males and females, so we'll jump into the hatchery right now and take a look. But here they are, just kind of hanging out, taking a little nap. Dilophosaurus could 100% escape that enclosure. I'm really surprised that these guys haven't escaped and that our third Sceliosaurus over there is just kind of hanging out. So let's hop into the hatchery here, and perfect. We're on Sceliosaurus. So we have this coloration right here, Regolith, I think is how you say that. Male and female. Not really any difference between these two. Not size, not coloration. Going to Silica. This is our red one. So we have female and then male. So definitely a slight coloration change, a little bit of sexual dimorphism with these guys. So we have female is much lighter, and then male gets much darker in the face, and then these kind of bumps along the side get a really, really dark coloration as well. So really cool. Third coloration, Rubble, which is so cool looking. I believe this one is different as well. Oh no, it's not. So this one's going to be the same. Back and forth between, oh no, actually, so the male has a little bit of orange coloration on the throat and the chin, and the female does not. The female lacks that coloration, so that's very cool. Going back, let's take a look at Sceliosaurus. Toast is the name of this one here. We have male and we have female. No differences between these two. So just the same, no size, no coloration difference. We have this one here, Limonite, I think is how you say that. Female, male, no difference again. And then we have the Dust Bath, our little feathered bird guy. Oh, this one is my favorite. I love how this one looks. So we have male and female there, no sexual dimorphism for the Sceliosaurus at all, but they all look absolutely gorgeous. No size difference, all going to be the same. But yeah, this one is my absolute favorite. I love it. And then last, but certainly not least, we have our Dilophosaurus. This is the one we've been seeing in all of the promos here. Male and female don't have any differences on this snowmelt coloration, but we have some feathers down the back, nice bright purple crest, dark on the chest and light everywhere else. Really cool coloring on this one. And then we have Clouded, my favorite. So we have male and female. Again, no difference between male and female, not in size or not in coloration. Love the crest design on this one. It's gorgeous. I love it so much. Maybe I'll use them for the thumbnail. You tell me. I mean, you guys know what the thumbnail is before I do because I haven't made it yet. And then last but not least, this is Dune. Very cool. Spikes along the edge. You can see they kind of added those ones. Those aren't present in any of the other colorations. So we've got spikes going down the back and then spikes going down the tail as well. Back of the head is what I should have said. Back of the head and neck. Kind of a smaller crest. I guess all the crests are kind of differently shaped, which is really cool. I know each coloration is meant to represent a different kind of subspecies of these guys, but I am not familiar enough with dinosaurs as a whole to know exactly where they come from or anything like that. But the names are up here. Slight difference between male and female with these guys. So you can see the female gets much darker in coloration, whereas the male is much lighter, much brighter. So really cool to see differences there. But they're all gorgeous. They're all so well done, and I'm so excited to have them in the game. And I don't quite know who I'm going to build for first. So that's what I want to know down in the comments. If you've made it this far, let me know which dino of these three would you like to see a habitat built for first. I'd love to hear your opinions because I'm having a really hard time deciding. And I'm going to jump into building right after this. So be sure to leave those comments right away. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. And if you're excited for Prehistoric Kingdom, if you haven't picked it up yet, I highly recommend picking it up now, as they've really kind of added a lot more to the game, fleshed it out, and for those casual kind of players, it's going to be a little bit more playable now, as they've really kind of upped the both management and the pieces and the dinos. It's great. It's all great. So I do highly recommend picking it up if you are interested in playing it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you can find all the links to my social media accounts, my merch store, and my website down in the description. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!